When the teachers beat the seniors in basketball this year, the class of 2007 decided right then and there that there would be redemption at the end of the year when the PNN Senior Faculty Decathlon took place. 10 events pitting the students against the teachers to see who has what it takes to be crowned the best in the school. The seniors were ready, the teachers were ready, so I hope you're ready for the 2007 challenge. It's a decathlon, so remember there are 10 events. Some are a little wacky, and believe me, all of them had a good fight to the finish. The teachers are the defending champs in this decathlon, so let's get into the events and see who will win it all.
To start off the decathlon, the first event was bocce ball. The two teachers were Mr. Lambersi and Mrs. Healy.
For some reason they put me on the bocce ball team. But Mrs. Healy, I believe, she actually played bocce ball at IU. She was part of the intramural championship team. Isn't that true?
No.
No, it's called lawn bowling, and Lauren's a bowler, so that's first of all unfair. And Ashish, like, he's the smartest guy ever. He's going to use all that physics stuff. It's just going to be craziness.
Representing for the students were Lauren Hallenbeck and Ashish Arsnapali.
Well, I asked Lambo what event he was competing in because I'm pretty good at beating him at things. So I just decided whatever event he'll do, I'll beat him at it. So he said bocce ball. I've never played bocce ball before, but I guarantee a victory.
And of course, I'm a bowler, so I mean, need I say any more?
The game started off with Lambo throwing the target ball, and everything started off from there. Each person took turns throwing their personal balls to collect points.
Oh my gosh! What about that?
I think they got us on this.
You guys got us.
All right, 4-0.
Things were looking good for the seniors when Ash and Lauren won the first match, especially since Lambo helped with their points. But the second game was a little bit different.
Yes!
That's what when I fail, she just says, I'm gonna come back and whoop you. That one almost got to the parking lot. Bye-bye.
The teachers took a big lead and crushed the students 12-4. It was down to the final straw, and whoever won this next match will win the entire event. The teachers started off strong once again, but with Lambo's crucial mistakes, the seniors had their hopes up again. Mrs. Healy helped recover Lambo's mess-ups and led the faculty to an overall victory over the seniors.
I mean, I'm disappointed. I let the seniors down. I thought we had it, especially after that first game. I mean, I was coming through.
I feel great. It was a little disappointing after the first round, you know, that we lost the first match, but I knew we'd come back, and then we got a system going, and the system worked.
Mrs. Healy won.
Yes, Mrs. Healy.
Mrs. Healy
Give it all to her.
That's all I have to say.
I'm ecstatic. After all that smack talk that Ashish was saying before, I guarantee a win. Maybe you have to go up and look the definition of guarantee, because, yeah, that didn't happen.
The 5-mile bike ride decathlon. One student and one teacher had to ride 5 miles around the outside track, which in turn equals 20 laps around the track. The person to the finish line first wins the race.
So I'm about to start. In a couple minutes, my bike race with Mr. Stamper. I'm a little bit tense, nervous. Hopefully, I beat him.
What do I expect out of this? What do they expect, dude? I know you guys have been ragging on me about not being able to play hacky sack, so I said, bring out the bikes, said let's go. That's what I do. That's my thing. I got this one in the bag. I'm completely confident. Sully's got nothing on this, nothing on these sexy legs. If I lose, I will shave my legs. I will shave my legs if I lose to a girl. And so that's how confident we are as faculty.
When the race started, they kept a steady pace with each other for the first lap. After that, Stamper gained the lead. While Maritza fell behind, Stamper became more increasingly convinced that he was going to win the race. He decided to stay back and start talking to people as Maritza kept on going strong. While Maritza kept riding, Mr. Stamper kept on taunting her with his continuous starting and stopping maneuvers, and he was starting to fall behind in the race. With each stop that Mr. Stamper made, Maritza slowly caught up with Mr. Stamper. With all of Mr. Stamper's decision to stop and talk to people, this race quickly started to resemble the tortoise and the hare story, and it could have cost the faculty another lost event. What really hurt Stamper in this race was when his tire had a blowout. He was forced to fix it in the middle of the track while the race continued. Maritza saw this as an opportunity to go ahead and take back the lead.
You lost! Oh, 7! Mr. Stamper lost. How does it feel to lose, Mr. Stamper?
I got 8 laps, so the game's not over yet.
The game's over. It seems he's 8 laps behind me. You know what? He's just mad because seniors beat him. That is right. We won.
What about my wife? I can't even. I know I did this. He's like 5 behind. God! I saw Biff. No, I saw Biff back there.
Oh my God!
It was behind cameras, off camera, but he stepped my tire.
In the end, the seniors won, and the faculty had lost another event.
The next event is Scrabble. The two teams consist of Mr. Barwell and Mr. Rosset representing the teachers, Gerard Abdul-Hafiz and John Gooseby to represent the seniors.
I think I'm pretty good at word games, I'm online sometimes. I am in my space anyway.
I'm a genius when it comes to words. I guess I've been in Spell Bowl.
Not a veteran of Scrabble. I played it a few times, and I know how to do words.
Love Scrabble. I play it all the time, especially with my wife.
With no Lambo, they don't have a chance, He's
got Mr. Bedwell. The only thing big about him is his size. His vocabulary is horrible. Then you got Mr. Rosset.
He doesn't know.
I think they're mentally weak. Other than that, I think there'll be good competition.
The actual game began after each member of the teams drew a letter out of a bag. Whoever pulls the letter closest to A will go first, and the rest will follow after. John starts off the game spelling the word here for 14 points, and Rosset spelled the word thing for a score of 9 points. Each player had a word back-to-back, starting part of the game with the score seniors 57, teachers 48. After minutes passed, the players began to get stuck, until Mr. Rosset racked up major points, putting the teachers in the lead. The senior team were racking up points as well, trying to catch up with the teachers, but they could not catch up fast enough. The game ended with the teachers winning 257 to 217. Despite the loss, the senior team showed good sportsmanship to Bedwell and Rosset.
For the teachers, Mr. Bedwell and Mr. Rosset, we just honestly lost that. The rules weren't that great, but that's on both sides. So I give it to Mr. Bedwell and Mr. Rosset. None of the rest of the team.
I'd be pleased with the win. It wasn't pretty, but at the end of the day, a win is a win. And given the fact that 3 of the 4 of us didn't really even know how to play Scrabble, 2 of those 2 and myself, I was pretty happy with it.
Looks like another victory for the teachers. So let's see if the seniors can redeem themselves in the next event.
The contestants gathered in the gymnastics room for the joust contest, a challenge of balance and strength where you'd have to knock your opponent off the balance beam. The boys and the girls would both joust 5 times, and their wins would be added up to determine the winner. The boys would go first.
Right. My strategy is to aim high, hit them hard. And of course, I'm going to win because it's a teacher versus a student, so I'm more athletic, and that's all it is.
My strategy is to stay on the beam longer than Mike over there. I plan on winning. I didn't enter to lose, so I got to keep up my end of the bargain here for the teachers.
It didn't take much for Mr. Schellinger to win the first one. The score is now 1-0. Schellinger uses the same strategy for that one. The score is now 2-0. It was a close one, but Schellinger's got those balance skills, with the score now 3-0. But at this point, he wasn't even trying, and still got Mike with 1 hit. The score, 4-0. After that, Schellinger was being nice, pretty much giving that one to Mike, giving the final score for the boys 4-1. The girls were up next. From Mr. Schellinger's huge lead, all Miss Starowitz had to do was win 2, where Tia would have to win 4 to tie,
or 5 to get the official win. Either way, they both were quite confident.
I think I'm going to win. I've been training all week. What's my strategy? She's right there, so I'll say it really quietly. If she comes toward me, I'm going to block it and then push her off to the side.
My strategy is to knock her off fast because I'm not the most coordinated person in the world. Don't have as much balance as she may have. I think I got her in strength pretty much, so I hope that will give me enough to win all of them, which it will. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to basically win. I'm not going to trash talk before it.
Miss Darowitz was nervous, but T.O. hit the floor first for the 1-0 lead. There was a lot of hesitation in punches, but Darowitz lost her balance to even the score 1-1. Miss Darowitz kept her strategy while T.O. fell hard to the ground for the official win. With the teachers taking home the win, the girls still played one more with a T.O. victory, giving the final score 6-3. Good job, teachers.
There are 2 teams going head-to-head in this competition. Each team is made up of 2 people, and their task is to finish their half-gallon of ice cream before the other team does. Rules are simple, and the contest isn't over until all the ice cream is finished. Both students and teachers felt confident before the competition.
They think because I'm little I can't do it, but I can.
I don't have a brain, so it doesn't freeze. I think it's going to be pretty rough going against Mr. James, but I think I'll hold my own.
I know Usher's nickname is the garbage disposal, so we'll see how he matches up against the tank.
I have all the confidence in him. I'm here for moral support and just eating a little bit of ice cream.
3, 2, 1, go.
The students quickly took the lead from the beginning. The teachers were no match for Jatan and Usher's insane pace. The ice cream was still a little frozen, and the puny spoons were no match, and nearly every contestant's spoon broke. Senior Brandon Usher quickly reacted and solved the situation. The teachers kept a steady pace, making sure not to hurt themselves. Mr. James just couldn't stop watching the students, and this may have cost him the competition.
I can't feel my teeth.
Folks, I can say the contest is over. The seniors will take the victory.
I'm over here shaking, my fingertips are frozen.
That was the first time my cheeks and tongue have ever gone numb. I couldn't speak.
Everybody underestimated me. And then we worked together. I can't stop shaking.
They did pretty good. Usher's an animal, man. I couldn't stop laughing at him. That was funny. I mean, he's a really good ice cream eater.
And Jatan, totally underestimated Jatan, definitely. Way to go. Good job.
With the teachers holding a commanding lead, the seniors looked to the swim race for redemption. Joe Husick and Chrissy Lobodinsky raced for the seniors, while Mr. Matt Pavlovich and Miss Amy Beckham raced for the faculty. Husick, a swimmer for the school, and Lobodinsky, an all-around athlete, were both very confident heading into the race.
I'm confident in my ability. I have swimming training. I was on the swim team this year. Did very good. Swam on a broken foot and got first, so I'm confident in my abilities. How about you?
I'm not a swimmer, but I'm sure I could swim, and
It's Lobo. She's good in all sports.
I'm sure I can do this. I believe I'm confident. I mean, we're going against some old people. I'm ready. All right,
honestly,
bring it on.
Mr. Pavlovich was also confident, but decided to keep it low-key.
A raft race is not quite a swim race, so I mean, it's like anything can happen. I mean, if somebody falls off, or it's not. I mean, you're swimming kind of, but not fully. So it's going to be interesting.
Just minutes before they hit the water, the teams talked over last-minute strategies. The teams had to jump in and touch their raft to the edge before taking off. Lobodinsky got up to a fast start while Miss Beckham struggled to gain her balance. Lobodinsky finished one length with ease, but Miss Beckham had made up a lot of ground. The last length was neck and neck until Lobodinsky got caught up on the lane line. Miss Beckham finished her leg first, and it was up to Mr. Pavlovich to finish the race. Both swimmers forgot about touching their raft to the edge and had to come back to touch it. Cusick did not think he had touched and lost time because of it. Having a commanding lead, Mr. Pavlovich took his time to cruise to the finish. Mr. Pavlovich and Ms. Beckham explained that the key to the lopsided victory was balance and finishing strong.
We had to have a comeback for the teacher side, and yeah, I started a little bit behind, but Matt was cheering me on. Just had to stay calm, and Matt finished the race.
But I think there's some oil on there or something.
That had to be lubed up. I mean, come on.
I was sliding all over the place. I
cannot stay on that.
As Cusick and Lobodinsky took their walk of shame, Mr. Pavlovich believes that the teachers will always prevail.
Well, it just shows you too that when you're experienced and you have that experience and that age over youth, that a lot of good things can happen for the veteran.
One teacher and one student go head to head to see who can buy 15 items for the cheapest amount of money and who can do it faster in the grocery shopping challenge.
I don't know. I've only been here twice before in my entire life, so I don't know how I'm going to do. I don't even do the shopping at home.
I'm a little nervous, but I am familiar with the store. I shop at Ultra, so if I get the list and know where everything at, then I should be straight. I should be all right. Yeah. I'm younger, so I'm quick. I'm tall, so I can reach items that's not below. So that's an advantage. I'm short. Sorry, Ms. Breakham.
As the two contestants read the 15 items they had to find, they immediately took off through the store.
What is it?
To start off, Mariah Jenkins for the students had a hard time finding her first item, but once she found it, she was well on her way. As Miss Brodell easily found her first two items, it didn't take long for Mariah Jenkins to catch up and Miss Brodell to slowly fall behind. The competition got close as Mariah and Mrs. Brodell were both on their 12th item and in the same aisle, but the competition stayed tough. While Mariah found her 12th item and moved on to her 13th, Miss Brodell was still having a hard time trying to find her 12th item. This let Mariah Jenkins pull into the lead. As Mariah found her 15th item, Miss Brodell was closely behind with 13 items. In the end, it was Mariah Jenkins who finished first with a time of 10 minutes and 20 seconds and a total cost of $25.59. As Mrs. Brodell finished with a time of 17 minutes and 24 seconds and a total cost of $29.10. This one goes to the seniors.
I was getting it. My perm sweat. I smell my perm. But Miss Brady might as well stop because I won. My stuff was 25 something. I told you 07 was gonna win. I'm 18. She what? 100? Ain't no way she was gonna win that.
Oh, a little bit disappointed because she shops here. I've been here twice in my life for one item. So she had she had a big advantage. So she's standing here doing a little dancing and stuff like this when, really, I think that the table should have been a little more even. A lot more even.
The senior faculty decathlon has started again. This year, a new sport has been thrown into play. That's right, the sport of fishing. Our contestants are Stoughton Safko and Mr. Atria.
About my opponent, well, ever since I heard it was Mr. Atria. The last couple days I've been talking to a bunch of friends and they say he's a big fisherman. But I have home lake advantage, I guess you would say. So I think I'll be able to outfish him here. Any other place it'll be pretty close though.
I think Stoughton's going to be a tough competition. This is his home water. He knows it pretty well.
Everybody met at Stoughton's house at 7 to get ready and start fishing. The rules were simple. Use your skills, stay on land, and catch as many fish as you can in a half hour. Stoughton started off by catching the first fish, and not too long after came his second and third. After fishing around for a little bit and trying to find the right spot, Mr. Atria finally caught his first fish. Sure enough, Stone caught his 4th fish without even blinking an eye. With 30 minutes coming close to an end, finally, Mr. Atria has caught his 2nd fish. After 30 minutes, Stone ended up catching 4 fish, and Mr. Atria only caught 2. Looks like Stone's home advantage ended up paying off. It was a win for the seniors.
Well, the outcome was, I would say, it's pretty expected. It's my home lake. I know everywhere. I know every spot fish are, and everything. It's no problem that Mr. H only caught 2 fish. Granted, I only caught 4, but it's half an hour. That's not bad for half an hour.
All right. I probably spent too much time out on the other side of the lake when I should have followed his lead. If he came over here, he must have known that there were fish over here, so I probably would have done that differently. And I don't know, I messed around with the fly rod a little bit. I should have gone straight to the rubber worm. So, but he knew what he was doing, and he's a good fisherman, and he deserves the win. I enjoyed it, and appreciate the chance to come here.
Go Seniors!
Then the senior faculty decathlon was a softball game, and the seniors desperately needed this point to come back and win the whole thing.
They don't got nothing, they don't got no talent, except for Volkman. She's the beast on the team. She's about to hit, I don't know, about 3-4 home runs. That's what we got to worry about.
Not one to talk smack because sometimes it comes back and hits you in the face. But I feel pretty confident watching the guys warm up. RJ's been missing a lot of balls, so as long as he makes those errors in the game, I think we'll be great.
The teacher started off the game with an amazing first pitch home run by Mr. Hofer, but since it was the first inning, only 1 home run counted, so the teachers were pretty mad that Hofer used it up on the first pitch. The seniors started off well with a base hit by Roger Diggs, followed by another single by Alex Pines.
Goes right by Coach Fairbairn.
Big hitter Caleb Douglas was up next with 2 people on base. He crushed a 3-run home run, giving the students a 3-1 lead. Coming up next for the teachers was Mr. Fairbairn, and he started off the inning with a single. But that's all they got going for them as Ms. Volkman hit into an inning-ending double play. The students came up big with another home run by Darren Hackett, giving them a 4-1 lead. That's about all that they had going for them for the rest of the game.
Amy Vargas with a home run.
The faculty finally got the rhythm at the plate, hitting home run after home run after home run. The faculty was doing great, scoring another 11 runs to give them a 12-4 lead.
Make it 6.
Even with their big hitters due up, the seniors kept getting shut down by some amazing plays in the field. It was the seniors' last hope in the 7th to try and make a comeback, but they failed to do so.
Right to Hofer.
The faculty came out on top with a crucial decathlon victory, making it a 5-4 lead for the teachers.
Okay, 9 events have taken place and the teachers lead 5-4. They're guaranteed a tie already, so the seniors must win the last event to not go down in the agony of defeat. All the seniors' pride was put into the hands of senior Ashley Amy, who would use her beautiful singing voice to try and win the final decathlon event, karaoke.
The last event was karaoke. Mrs. Reinhardt was representing the teachers and Ashley Amy for the seniors. Mrs. Reinhardt and Ashley both got to pick a song of their choice to sing, then they both had to sing the Star Spangled Banner. The karaoke machine would then score their performances. The combined scores of their singing would determine who was the winner. Both were ready for their performances.
A little nervous, a little hairy because we have a concert on Thursday night, and my competitor is a worthy opponent, so
I'm feeling a lot of pressure due to the fact that those songs are all from like the 80s. And I don't want to let my singers down.
After a coin toss, Ashley was up first, singing the classic holiday song, Silent Night. With a shaky performance, Ashley was scored at 87 out of 100. Mrs. Reinhardt singing Memory from the musical Cats. With a solid performance, Mrs. Reinhardt scored a 97 out of 100. Now it was time to sing the Star Spangled Banner, and after another coin toss, Ashley was up first. With an interesting choice of singing the alto part, she was scored a 98 out of 100.
Due to the fact that most of those songs were pretty high in the soprano, and I'm definitely an alto. It was a little hard getting those high notes, struggling up there.
Mrs. Reinhardt was ready for her final song. All she needed was a score of 88 to guarantee a victory for the teachers. With another solid performance, the competition was close. But Mrs. Reinhardt pulled through with a 99 out of 100, making her the winner of the karaoke competition with a final score of 196 to 185, making the teachers the overall winners in the senior decathlon.
How about that? Once again, the power of the teachers prevails as the faculty goes on to win the decathlon 6-4. Wins in bocce ball, Scrabble, joust, raft racing, softball, and karaoke take the teachers to victory. Their only losses were in ice cream eating, grocery shopping, fishing, and a tainted bike race. Not too bad, teachers. So for another year, you will hold the crown as the PNN Senior Faculty Decathlon Champs. As for the seniors, what can I say? You lost basketball, you lost the decathlon, but hey, at least you're graduating in a couple of days. All in all, it was a great contest, and we thank everyone for participating. Good luck, seniors. And teachers, we'll need you next year when we go up against the class of 2008.